Hello and welcome. Wildcats 3.0 is simply awesome. Wow, I really nailed that review. Damn, I guess it's an early lunch for me today. I've been crushing it lately. Damn, I'm awesome. Just unreal. Okay, obviously I have a little more to say. Wildcats 3.0 was part of the Mature Readers relaunch the Wildstorm line of titles went through in 2001. And this relaunch was mostly unsuccessful, despite producing some of the best superhero-oriented material for adults, such as Ex Machina, Global Frequency, and Sleeper. Prior to this, Wildcats was a standard superhero group, created by Jim Lee when he and a few others left Marvel to establish Image Comics. It was a group that had been around for almost a decade, so it had a history. But Wildcats 3.0 is radically different from what preceded it, and foreknowledge of the title is basically unnecessary. What makes Wildcats 3.0 work is the truly exceptional concept behind the series. And it is a simple concept: a corporation as a superhero. Typically speaking, corporations are usually depicted as inherently evil entities, controlled by sociopathic assholes who need profit margins read to them in order to get hard. But the series asks, what if there was a corporation with a secret agenda of having a noticeably positive impact on its consumers and the world as a whole? The corporation in Wildcats 3.0, the Halo Corporation, is creating products that are literally improving the world. Its superpower is its influence, branding, political power, and the capital it has on hand. And to justify the use of the Wildcats name in the title of the book, when the corporation needs to get its hands dirty, there's a covert action team at its disposal. The subtle layer to this concept is that the Halo Corporation is the persona, the secret identity that has a boring job and has to mow the lawn every weekend, while the Wildcats are the superhero version of the Halo Corporation that dresses up at night and fights crime. Now, the first story arc of the series is a tad slow in comparison to the rest of the series. There are a lot of moving parts that have to be put into motion and a lot of characters that need to be introduced. Ultimately, I believe this is what hurt the series. I think the complexity of what the writer was trying to establish required some audience patience. But, and I'm just speculating here, I don't think the audience that showed up for a Wildcats book was expecting a radical conceptual change from what they had previously enjoyed. And the actual audience for a series of this nature had no interest in a title with a history of generic superheroics. So, ironically, a series that explored the potential of branding as a superpower was undone by the power of the branding associated with the Wildcats name. This irony led to the series coming to a hurried, ambiguous end with the 24th issue. There is a conclusion, in other words, but not a satisfying resolution. In my opinion, it was a series that had a lot of potential, and possibly it might not have realized that potential had it continued on. But I feel pretty comfortable saying it would have been a wild ride, regardless of its ultimate outcome. If I could have another moment of your time, I would like to ask that if you enjoyed this or any other Overlord Comics content, that you support this channel by subscribing. This ensures you're notified of additional content as it's made available. Liking, commenting, and sharing is also a very fine way to show your support. Thank you for your time, and I will talk at you in the near future. Until next time.